Hello everyone, I thought let's do a reading using my Curiosi-tea, and this one is called Charming, and you'll see why, because all the images on it are actually little gold charms. So in the Charming kit we get a mat. Let me just make sure I'm in screen here. So we get a mat, and the mat is made of a jersey spandex, and the reason I've done that is because it's easy to wash, easy to care for, and you can have it squished up in the tin and it still lays out nice and flat. And in Curiosi-tea you get 3 dice, and you also get matching charms, so we can use those, and you also get these 18 cards. Now these cards all match what's printed on your mat. So the way we use Curiosi-tea, it's a bit like blind card chaining, and it's each row it has got numbers 1 to 6, and each row is a different colour. So what we do is we lay your cards down. Now you can put them down like that, or if you're like me, I tend to go random because I just like to be different. I look at it this way: by going random, I'm also doing another card shuffle at the same time by just putting them wherever I see fit. The only things you need to remember is the colour of each row, and it's easy when you're starting to just tilt it like that, so you know pink row, green row, blue row. You've got a couple of ways you can start it. You can throw the dice and you would look, that's 11, 12, 13. I can start in position 13 if I want, or if you know what the topic is, because in the back of these books you've got subject matters of topics. So for instance, if you were looking at love, you would start house. If you're looking at money, you would look there. If we're looking at work or business, we would start up there. If you're looking at health, we would start here, and so on. So I'm just going to do a very random reading, and a lot of you have realised that I'm having all sorts of back problems and things like that, and it's been a horrible journey this last year. So I'm actually going back into hospital and under the knife in a couple of weeks. On the 15th I'm being operated on, and it's a big surgery, and I know I will be immobile for a little while, but I'm really hoping this will be successful. So I'm not going to look at it and say it's not successful, but my biggest thing is, how am I going to manage with A, sitting still because I'm ADHD, in the recuperation. So it's kind of a funny one. I know this will go well, but it's what do I really need to do to make sure that I sit still in order to rest. So I'm going to throw the dice and we'll see where we start. So 6, 7 and 8. So we're starting in number 8. So we've got 6, 7, 8. Now this is where we begin the card chaining. So when we are turning these, we are reading 2 layers. So how funny I get the walking stick, because literally I will be back on a walking cane for a little while. So I've got the baby pram. So I look at that there, literally a baby steps, which it will be for a while. So the cane is an interesting one because it does tell me I will need some support, but it does meaning slow down. So we then go to the blue row with number 1. So the blue row down here. And we've got the house, which means housebound. That I may struggle with, but I'm going to have to be, because there would tell me support within the home, or home support, that I need to literally contain myself within the home. So it means not leaving the house or going anywhere. So we've got green row, which is green row number 5. So we go up here. The scales is all about balance. So that does tell me, though, everything in equal quantities. So I will have to work out the balance of rest. I will have to work out the balance of, yes, I have to move. You can't just stay stuck frozen in a chair. But it does mean where I need to level things out a little bit. So green row number 6. So we're in green row. The camel. Camel is sheer gut determination, which, yes, I do have very strong will, but it is sign there that, again, I will need to be careful in what I do, because a camel is bumpy, so it would tell me it won't be an easy ride for me to do this. So let's go to pink 5. The sword here, well, I don't like that, because that there tells me I may be in quite a bit of pain or a bit of suffering, which I am expecting, but I really am trying to not think about that if I can. So sword on the camel, again, cutting some of the movement. So for green, we got the cross, which tells me I'm really going to struggle with this. And those who know me are probably sitting back laughing at this, which, yes, I am going to struggle sitting still big time. So cross number 2. It's actually interesting because when you look at these two, it tells me literally if I don't sit still, I could end up back in surgery again, which we don't want. This will be the 4th surgery on this same problem this year. The money on the cross, absolutely, because this surgery has cost me an arm and a leg. And here in Australia, even when you have the highest level of health insurance, doctors here can charge whatever they wish to. And sadly, I've had to pay out over $7,000 for this surgery. That's only just so far. I don't know what the rest of the bills are going to come in at. But there would tell me, again, money and difficulties, or money and pain. It's already pain, I can tell you. 6, blue. So we're down here, and I'm coming back to the baby. I do like that there, because as far as money would tell me, yes, smaller outlays, which I really hope so, after just paying what I've already had to pay. And that brings us back to there. So any of the cards that are not turned over mean they are not relevant to the question or to the reading. And the biggest thing is, when you have this system, is don't be tempted to turn them over, because it means they're irrelevant. They really are nothing to do with the question that I asked about how will I sit still and cope with the recovery. Your charms here, these charms again, these all match whatever images we've got on here. So there's the baby card, baby charm, and the baby's under that. So with these, you can mix, and I could say, okay, I'm actually going to go up here where the sword was, because to me that's the most difficult one. And I've got bat, key, baby, and camel, which would still tell me I need to be very careful on what movement I have. The key is an interesting one, because it would tell me, though, literally under lock and key. The bat would tell me I really need to think about this before I try and overdo things. So looking at this entire reading, I'm probably going to struggle to sit still. So, but feel free to have your input as well. Thanks for listening.